Hey folks, it's Tracy. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a sweet little bird nest charm. It's got 3 little pearl eggs in it. Makes a great gift. They're super quick to make. So, to get started, we're going to need our 3 little pearls. These are 4mm. They're just round glass pearls. We're going to need a 7mm jump ring for the top. And we're using 2 18-inch lengths of wire. We've got 20 gauge and 24 gauge. And you can do whatever color you like. I'm doing a gunmetal color, which is kind of nice. It's just dark. And I'm going to start with the 20 gauge wire. And if you look on the back of the completed nest, we're going to start with this little spiral back here. It's going to be our base for the nest. So I'm going to use some round nose pliers to begin with. Move this guy for now. And just curl a tight circle on itself. And after we get a little loop started, I'm going to switch to chain nose and hold the flat of the loop and keep feeding it around. And that's going to create a flat spiral. So however big the spiral is how big the bottom of your nest is going to be. So we don't need it to be too large. So I'm going to do about that much. And then I'm going to continue kind of spiraling loosely around my base. But from now on I'm going to just use my hands because that's going to give us more of an unkept nest kind of look. And we don't necessarily need it to be really tight and close to the spiral. So I'll build out just a little more, but you want to try to have it overlap and build up a little bit too. And each nest you make is going to look different, so that's okay. And I'm going to go ahead and work around almost my whole 18 inches. And leave just a little bit, like that. Actually, let's leave just a little bit less. About that much, and then I'm going to roll this down to create the bail for the top of the nest. Basically, I'm just going to keep rolling until it hits the top, like that. And you'll notice it doesn't quite look like a nest yet. Having our smaller wire in there to bind is really going to help. And I'm going to put, this is the 24 gauge, I'm going to put it right through the center of our spiral. And then we're going to basically bind around the edge of the nest that sticks up. So I'm holding this in place and I'm going to come through the side at the base. And I'm going to keep coming around and working my way around the edge of the nest. So it's kind of like sewing with wire. So just keep working your way around. So you've gone all the way around. And now I'm ready to put my little eggs in. So I'm going to go down into the center of the nest somewhere and then come back up through the center in a different spot. So I've got my wire positioned coming up through the nest to feed my little pearl eggs onto. Like that. You just want to pull the wire around so that they're in a little cluster and go back down through the nest. And at this point, I usually just use the rest of my wire to fill in if it looks like it's got any empty gaps, like maybe across here. And just basically wrap until you feel like it looks finished. So I'm pretty pleased with how that's looking. So what you can do is trim any ends closer that you've got sticking out, and just take your chain nose pliers and make sure that they're tucked down into the nest so that they're not sharp. See, I've got another one right here. So he's all set. The only thing you need to add is your little jump ring. And just use your chain nose pliers to close it. Makes a super sweet little charm. If you make two, you could do earrings. Makes specifically a great mother's gift. You could do however many eggs for however many children they have.